LAEF TV. I'm Carrie Logue, LAEF's Executive Director. Today we have an awesome lesson in Kenpo Karate brought to you by Andrea Pfefer and her daughter Marin. So kick off your shoes and find some open space and get ready to get moving. I'd like to thank Alamitos Eye Care for being the sponsor of this episode and supporting our teacher in developing the lesson. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you know about every video as soon as it's out, and please post on social media using the hashtag LAEFTV so we can see what you're up to at home. All right, take it away, Andrea.
Hi, I'm Andrea Pfefer and I'm a 6th degree black belt in American Kenpo Karate. You can call me Miss Pfefer because I'm about to give you a lesson in Kenpo Karate today. Kenpo is spelled K-E-N-P-O, and by definition it means law of the fist. Karate means empty hands. That means we don't have any weapons. We're not walking around the street with nunchucks and swords or knives or guns, so we have to use our body to defend ourselves. We use our fists, we use our hands, we use our elbows, our knees, our feet to be able to protect ourselves if somebody ever tries to hurt us. With that being said, you have to remember that everything I teach you is very dangerous, and you need to make sure you only use what you learn when you're practicing or if somebody's actually trying to hurt you. So let's get started. The first thing we need to learn are some of our stances. Just like when you're building a house, you need a strong foundation. We're going to start with our training stance, which is called a horse stance. You're going to step out with your left foot, and I'm going to step out with my left foot. We're going to point our toes in and our heels out. Our knees are going to be bent, so we're low and strong and solid. We pull our hands back on our hips. They're going to be palm up and fist. This is called our chamber position. This stance is called our horse stance. This is where we learn our new moves. This is how we practice our karate. Bring your left foot back to your right foot and punch down in front of you. This stance is called our attention stance. This is how we stand when we're waiting for class to start or we're listening to our instructor. This shows that you're paying attention. So let's go ahead and start our karate class officially. We start an attention stance, hands out in front of you and fists. You're going to step out with your left foot down your horse, pull your hands back on your hips in fists upside down. Your toes are in, your heels are out. This is called your horse stance. From here, you're going to open your left hand, put your right hand in a fist, put them together. You bow your head and close your eyes. This is how we open a karate class, to show respect. Left hand open over right fist means knowledge over power. Come up, left foot to your right foot, palms, fingertips, and bow to show respect to your instructor, to your fellow students, and to what we're about to learn. So as I mentioned, your horse stance is your training stance. This is your training stance. This is how we practice our moves, which we'll get to in just a couple of minutes. But you wouldn't want to be in a fight from this position. You wouldn't want to expose your body like this. So from your attention stance, step back with your right foot so that your left foot is forward. This is what we call our neutral bow. It's called a neutral bow because you're not leaning forward and you're not leaning back. Both knees are equally bent. You have a 50-50 weight distribution. You're going to have your front hand up to protect your face and your back hand palm up in a fist on your belly button. This is called a left neutral bow because your left foot is forward. From here, I'm going to say switch. You're going to turn your body all the way around. Ready? Switch. Good. Copy me. So now your right foot is forward. You're in a right neutral bow. Ready? Switch. Now see if you can beat me. Switch. Switch. Do you see how low I'm staying to the ground? The higher you go, the slower you're going to be. Watch how slow this is. The higher you go, the slower. So your feet barely come off the ground. Try it again. Ready? Switch. Switch. Sushi. Did I get you? Switch. Attention stance. Down your horse. Attention stance. Step back to a left neutral bow. Attention stance. Step back to a right neutral bow. Attention stance. Good job. Why don't you practice that for a few minutes? Now that you've got a couple of stances down, let's learn some strikes, starting with a basic punch. First, we need to learn how to make a proper fist. What you're going to do is open your hands, close them once, close them twice, clasp them shut. Okay, they roll like a scroll and then you clasp them shut. Your thumb is always on the outside of your fist. Okay, you're going to make sure that your wrist is flat across the top when you throw a punch. You're hitting with your two largest knuckles. These two knuckles, we call them the mom and the papa because those are the strong ones. Right here, this is how you strike. Not with these knuckles down here. If you hit with these knuckles, they're going to act as a shock absorber. You're going to hurt your hand. You make sure you hit with the knuckles on the top. If your wrist is bent in any direction, you're going to break your wrist. Nice and strong. Try this. Use one hand on your other hand. Use your knuckles and lightly punch your palm of your other hand. Now do the other side. Nice and strong. If your wrist bends in any direction, you need to fix that. Nice and strong punches. Now from here, let's practice our punches from our horse stance, our training stance. You're going to step out with your left foot. We're in our horse stance again. Toes in, heels out. I'm going to back up a little bit so you can see my feet. Toes in, heels out. Pull your hands back on your hips, palm up. And the reason for this is when you throw your punches, they're going to come out palm up until the very last split second, and then they turn. You get an extra power called torque when you twist that way. So try that with me. Hands on your hips, starting with your right hand. You're going to come out palm up. It stays at palm up till the end and then turns like a rocket. Turn. Hitting with those two largest knuckles. Try to keep your knees bent, your body straight ahead. You don't want to move your shoulders all over the place. Just your arms are practicing from your horse stance. So starting with your right hand, when I say move, go ahead and throw that punch. Ready, move. 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 Good, we're switching hands. Move. When one arm comes out, the other hand comes back in, and they twist like rockets. Ready, move. 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 Attention stance. So I'm sure you probably already know that there's a lot of yelling in karate, and let me tell you why. There's something called the ki. That's the sound that we make when we do our moves. When we punch, we ki. When we kick, we ki. That is a yell. We usually start off with a sound like ot or uts because it's very guttural. It comes from your gut, from your belly, okay? There's three reasons. The first reason why we ki is to scare our opponent, okay? If there's a bad guy trying to hurt you and you're scared, you say, oh, please don't hurt me, mommy, don't hurt. You're not going to scare them away. But if you say, Dah! Well, that might scare them. That might make them think you're a little crazy and they might leave you alone. So that's one reason. Another reason is it tightens up our belly, it tightens up our inside. If you've ever had the wind knocked out of you when you get hit in the stomach and it hurts really bad and you can't breathe, it's awful. But if you get the air out first, then when you get hit, you don't get the wind knocked out of you. Put your hands on your belly like this. Now go like this and make a sound, go da, da, and feel your belly get nice and tight, say dots. It makes your stomach very strong when you make that noise. So if you fall, if you're on your skateboard or your bike or you're just running and you fall, if you yell and get the air out of you, it makes your body way stronger and you won't get the wind knocked out of you. And the third reason, and just as important as the other two, is we use it to focus our power. When you hit and you yell, you hit harder. That's a fact. You ever see tennis players going, That's partly why. We call it our warrior cry. It makes you stronger. So you hit, you ki, you yell to get the wind out of your belly, to scare the bad guy, and to make yourself hit harder. So let's make sure when you throw your punches and your strikes, you say dots or a ki of your choice. Okay, back to our horse stance and our punches. Down your horse, step out with your left foot. Hands peeled back on your hips. When I say move, you're going to throw your punch with your right hand and you're going to ki loud. I want you to say ot. Ready? Move. Ot. Move. Ot. Move. Ot. Move. Dots. I want to hear you. Move. Dots. Move. Dots. Good job. And hands on your hips. Nice job. That's a thrust punch. A thrust punch stays out there. Okay? Now we're going to do a snap punch, which goes out and right back in. It still comes out like a rocket. Palm up, turn, and then right back in. Starting with your right hand. Ready? Move. Dots. Move. Dots. Move. Dots. Move. Dots. Thrust. Stays out. Snap. Comes back in. Here's the real difference. When you throw a thrust punch, the bad guy will move away from you. It's used for distance. When you throw a snap punch and snap it right back in, it still hurts, but it won't create distance. You're going to have to follow up with something because the bad guy's not going to go anywhere. So thrust is for distance and snap is for shock. Back into attention stance. Down your horse. Knees are bent. This time, instead of throwing a punch, we're going to open up our hand and hit with the palm strike. Ready, move. That's good. It starts palm up, turn, and extend. So you're hitting with the palm of your hand, and you still get that twist. So it comes palm up, turn. Palm up, turn. Ready, move. That's, move. That's, move. That's, move. That's. I'm keying with you. Come on, do it loud. Ready, move. That's, move. That's, and attention stance. Okay, so you just learned punches and palm strikes from your horse stance, which is our training stance. Now we're going to go to our neutral bow. So step back so your left foot is forward, you're in a neutral bow. Remember that you're equal in weight distribution, not leaning forward and not leaning back. Now in order to get real power with those punches and palm strikes, we have to learn the next stance, which is called our forward bow. I'm going to back up so you can see my feet. From here, all your toes are facing the same direction in a neutral bow. They're all facing one way at a 45-degree angle. When you go into a forward bow, you're going to take your back foot and turn it so that it goes straight ahead. Only your back foot. Your front foot is going to be like it's glued to the ground. It's not going to move at all. And turn it back. So only your back foot. It's going to be like you have a banana peel on the ground and you're going to squash the banana peel and back. You see how my hands are up? I'm protecting my face. I've got my back hand ready to punch. Front foot is glued to the ground. Now turn your back foot only and forward bow, move. Now as you do that, you're going to take your back hand. We're going to throw a punch with this. So your back hand, you punch and return. So turn your back foot as you punch. Ready, move. That's and return. Hands are up. So this is the same concept of hitting a baseball or throwing a ball. If you stand like this and throw a ball and you don't turn your body, you're not going to throw that ball very far. But if you turn your body, and especially your hips, you turn your hips and your back foot, that's how you get power. Same with hitting a baseball. You need to turn your back foot and your body in order to get power. Same thing with karate. When you throw a punch, not going to get a lot of power standing like this. But if you turn your body as if there's a string attached from your hand to your back foot and turn, that's where you're going to get your power from your hips. And return. So guard is up. This is your left neutral bow. In this position, your weight distribution is 50-50. Now we're going to go into a forward bow and shift our weight, some of our weight forward to 60-40. A little bit more weight on the front foot. So ready, move. From here, I want you to look down and make sure you cannot see your front foot because your knee is bent over it. Your front knee is bent over it. So when you look down, you can't see your foot. Your back leg is locked out. I'm going to go ahead and turn sideways so you can see how locked out that back leg. If you put your arms up like this and you're strong and stable, this is how you want to stand if a wall was falling on you. So look down, make sure you can't see your front foot. Good. I'm going to turn back and back into a left neutral bow, forward bow with a punch. Ready, move. Dance! And return. Move. Dance! And return. Now in this case, I'm pretending like I have a bad guy in front of me and I'm taking my front hand and pulling them in as I hit with the other hand. You get what's called opposite torque by pulling one hand in and hitting with the other hand at the same time. Ready, move. Dance! And return. Front foot's glued to the ground. Turn your back foot only. Good punches. Good ki. Ready? Move. Dance! And return. Move. Dance! Return. Move. Dance! Return. Move. Dance! Return. And attention stance. And step back into a right neutral bow. Same thing on this side. Ready? Move. Dance! Return. Good. Turn that back foot all the way. Got to get it going straight ahead. Ready? Move. Dance! And where are you getting your power from? Your hips. That's right. Return. Ready? Move. Dance! Return. Move. Dance! Return. And attention stance. Okay, great job on your forward bows. Now we need to learn some blocks. What do you do if somebody tries to punch you or palm strike you? So let's go back to our horse stance. Down your horse, hands peeled back. Okay, I want you to imagine that you're putting a wall up around your body, okay? And nobody's gonna come inside of that wall or you're gonna knock them out. This is your self-defense box. You come from your shoulders out and you make a box right in front of you like this, okay? I want you to take your right hand, raise it up here, and you're going to act as if you have a knife in that hand. You're gonna stab the corner of that self-defense box, okay? So here's your box, stab the corner. When I say move, go ahead and stab. Ready? Move. Dance! Now your other hand. Move. Dance! Move. Dance! So what you're doing here is you're imagining, you're pretending that a punch is coming at you, they're trying to hit you, and you are striking that arm. Move. Dance! Move. Dance! A very big part of practicing martial arts is visualizing. Visualizing means see it in your head. When you're practicing your blocks and your punches, you always imagine that somebody's in front of you, that there's a bad guy in front of you, and when you're throwing your block, they're trying to punch you. Dance! You make it real. If you don't do that, you might as well be in a dance class because you're just moving your arms around. So every time you throw this block, imagine someone's trying to punch you and you hit their arm. Ready? Move. Dance! Move. Dance! Move. Dance! Those are inward blocks. Hands on your hips. Now let's imagine they're trying to hit you on top of your head. Bring your arms together like this. You're going to punch up towards the sky. Follow my arm. Punch up towards the sky. Turn. Just like we do with our punches. We get that torque when we twist. And together again. Punch up with your other arm. Turn. Those are upward blocks. Bring them together. Turn. Hands on your hips. Inward block. Ready? Move. Dance. Good. Stab the corner. Move. Dance. Move. Dance. Move. Dance. Move. Dance. Hands on your hips. Now they're trying to hit you on top of the head. Arms together. We're going to protect our body in the interim. Punch up towards the sky. Turn. Make sure that the soft part of your arm is facing out. This is the soft, fleshy part, because if you hit on the bone, if something hits you here, you're going to break your arm. So make sure the soft part is out, and you've got your arm at an angle, just like a roof on a house is like this. So when rain hits it, the rain will fall off. If you have it flat like this and something hits, it won't slide off. It'll hurt a lot worse. So keep your arm at an angle, at an angle of deflection. So when something hits, it slides off. Upward block, bring your arms together, punch up towards the sky, turn, move, dance, move, dance, hands on your hips, inward block, move, dance, move, dance, upward block, move, dance, move, dance, move, dance. Attention stance. Those are two of our basic blocks. Okay, let's move on to our kicks. Our basic kicks in Kenpo Karate are 4-count kicks. That means they go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 counts. So you're not raising your leg when you kick. You don't just raise your whole leg up like this. And everybody tells you, I know karate, and they do a kick like that. They don't know karate. It's 4 counts. That means your knee comes up first. You extend your foot. Your foot comes back in, and then you drop it. 4 counts. A good way to practice this is to stand up against a wall. So see if you can get up against a wall. And I'm going to practice right here and pretend I'm up against a wall. But put your back up against the wall so you have really good balance, okay? Back is up straight. The first thing you're going to do is raise your knee up. This is your squirt gun, okay? Wherever you point your knee, that's where your foot's going to end up. This is your gun, and then you fire your bullet, which is your foot. Back in and drop. Raise it up. That's 1, 2, 3, drop. Go ahead and get your hands up. Let's practice the correct way. Raise it up, out, back in, down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And right now we're pointing our toes. When we point our toes, we're going to imagine that the bad guy has their legs spread. So you're hitting them in between their legs, or they're bent over and you're hitting them from underneath. If you have your toes up right now, you're going to hurt yourself. You're going to hurt your toes. You got to keep your toes pointed so that you're coming up to your target. So that's the snap. That's what you want to get. You point your knee up here, snap, and switch. Left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Raise your knee up, fire, and drop it. Raise your knee up, fire, and drop it. I think the number one thing kids forget mostly is the back in. When you do this kick, you got to make sure you bring it back in before you drop it. Don't just kick and then drop it down. Kick, back in. All right, from here, you're in attention stance. Step back into a left neutral bow. So your left foot is forward. Okay? From here, we're going to practice that kick from our sideways, from our neutral bow, so there's not a lot of places to hit us. With your back leg, your guard stays up, your back leg, the leg that's in the back, you bring your knee up, kick, and put it back down. So we end up right where we started. Raise it up, kick, and put it back down. When I say move, go ahead and add your ki. Ready? Move. Dance! Move. Dance! Move. Dance! Move. Dance! And switch. And now with your left leg, ready? Move. Dance! Move. Dance! Move. Dance! Move. Dance! And attention stance. Good job. Those are front kicks. Now we're going to learn a self-defense technique, and I'm going to use my daughter Marin to help demonstrate. A self-defense technique is an idea against a certain attack. What to do if somebody attacks you. For example, if they throw a punch at you, what you should do. If they grab your hair, what you should do. The technique we're going to practice today is called obscure wing, and it's off of somebody coming up behind you and grabbing your shoulder. In this case, they grab your right shoulder with their left hand. The first thing you do in any situation when somebody grabs you is grab them back. So as soon as I grab her, she grabs me back. That way she has me. She knows where I am. She doesn't have to turn around right away so I don't punch her in the face. She looks straight ahead, grabs me here, and steps out with her right leg. So she's super low and right in front of me. Her stance is low, so she's got me. She comes straight back with her elbow. An elbow is a very, very strong weapon. It's really hard to hurt your elbow. So she uses that and comes back into my solar plexus. From there, she drops her hand and hits me between the legs like she's stabbing, and then she's going to come up to my chin with her elbow and right back down. So we have 3 elbow strikes in this technique. Obscure wing is the name of this technique, and in karate, wing means elbow. So there's a clue right there. So with the 150 self-defense techniques to get to your black belt, you got to know some clues to remember each one. Obscure wing, this is the one on your way to your yellow belt. If I grab you here, you grab me back, you step out, elbow, hammer fist, obscure elbow. Let's try that sideways so they can see one more time. Face that way. So if we're practicing together, I grab with my left hand, she steps out, elbow, hammer fist, and attention stance. And you notice she's not hitting me for real. And now it's my turn to practice. She grabs me, dance! And we switch. That's obscure wing. Go ahead and practice. Now we're going to review the things that we learned in this lesson, starting with attention stance. So I'm going to go ahead and do these moves with you. I'm going to yell out what to do, and you just follow along. Attention stance. Step out with your left foot, down your horse. Attention stance. Step back into a left neutral bow. Attention stance. Step back to a right neutral bow. Attention stance. Down your horse. Attention stance. Step back to a left neutral bow. Forward bow with a right hand punch. Ready? Move. Dance! Good. Turn that body. Front foot glued to the ground. Only the back foot turns. Return. Move. Dance! Return. Move. Dance! Return. Good. Getting your power from your hips. Switch. Forward bow punch. Ready? Move. Dance! Return. Let's switch it to a palm strike now. Ready? Move. Dance! Return. Move. Dance! Return. Move. Dance! Return. And attention stance. Down your horse. Straight thrust punch. Ready? Move. Dance! Move. Dance! Move. Dance! Move. Dance! 2 punches, 2 ki-s. Move. Dance! Dance! Move. Dance! Dance! Move. Dance! Dance! Hands in your hips. Inward block, move, dance, move, dance, move, dance. Upward block, move, dance, move, dance, move, dance. hands on your hips, attention stance. Make sure when you're practicing that you are visualizing. You have to pretend there's a bad guy. We're not in a dance class. We're not just moving our arms around. Pretend there's someone there. Step back to a left neutral bow. Okay, imagine that the bad guy is in front of you. They're trying to hurt you. Legs are spread. You're going to come up right between the legs with that front kick. Point your toes. Ready? Move. Dance! Good. Nice snap. Move. Dance! Move. Dance! Switch. And your other leg. Ready? Move. Dance! Move. Dance! Move. Dance! And attention stance. Okay. Imagine someone comes up behind you and they grab your shoulder. Obscure wink. Let's visualize. They come up, they grab you. Grab them back. Step out. Elbow. Hammer fist. Dance! Attention stance. I'm going to turn around so you can do it with me. They walk up behind you. Grab them. Step out. Elbow. Hammer fist. Dance! One more time. Obscure wing. Move. Dance! And attention stance. Okay, good job, you guys. That was really fun. Thank you so much for letting me give you a lesson in your home. And that was only the very basis of Kenpo Karate, so hopefully you'll keep continuing your training. Let's go ahead and close class. Down your horse! Meditate! This means knowledge over power. Bow your head and close your eyes. Deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Come up, palms, fingertips, and bow. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Andrea, for bringing that great Kenpo Karate lesson to us. I'm sure you enjoyed it at home, and we can't wait to see you on another episode of LAEF TV. We bring you these episodes during the school closures in hopes of bringing some fun and joy into your household. So thanks again for joining us, and have a great day. Bye!